I'm 38 years old. I've never been married. I've never had children. I have 3 cats in my house. Only 2 of them are mine. But it's another Christmas that is about to come and go where my relationship status is the same. And it's crazy because if you had asked me 10 years ago if I would be single at 38, I would have been like, absolutely not. And if I am, then just me now, you know? Here's one of my kitties. Look at this little baby girl.
Okay. Editor, cut the sad piano music out and switch to our main scene. Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. No intro music, no nothing. We're just gonna be raw dogging this one out, gentlemen. But if you like what your mommy preaches, please like and subscribe so this content can reach more men. But now, guys, let's go back to our main story. Let's go back to the sad piano music. Bring tissues. You need them. And then for our article story, a 304 wants to become celibate to reconnect with God. You heard it here first. But now let's go back to the TikToks.
This is Willow. Say hi, Willow. And I have such a complicated relationship with this time of year. I really do, because I have a complicated relationship with being single. There's a part of me that really values my life and my time to myself and my independence, and then there's a part of me that feels really embarrassed about admitting that I want to be in a relationship. And I think a big part of that is it makes me feel like maybe I'm being needy or I'm being clingy and all these, like, I don't know what it is, but it's almost embarrassing. It is. I feel embarrassed to be 38 and single and never married. I also think a part of me feels forgotten by God or the universe, because I feel like I've done so much internal work on myself, and yet I feel like I can't seem to attract my person into my life. And even saying all of this out loud feels really cringy, which is why I'm making myself say it out loud and admit it, because I'm sure that there's other people that feel the same way. But it makes me, I have a really hard time not wondering what is wrong with me. And I have to stop myself from going down that spiral, because it can get very dark when I start to think of the reality is, at my age, I may never have children at this point.
Oh, that's sad. Well, I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with you. I'm gonna say it, guys, mostly because you don't have mics and it's my show. But what's wrong with you is that it's a bit too late when you are 38 to be asking yourself the question of why you're single. And gentlemen, I bring this up every time, but women have a lot of options, all right? And I'm not talking about the 400 guys on her socials that are just trying to get between her leg. No, I mean, men genuinely want to form a family and have kids and have a good life with women at around the age of 20. You know, men have all these hormones and all this energy, and they really want to just find a good woman to live with. But women around the age of 20, well, you know what they're doing, right? And then 30s come and they start to notice that they are single, and at 40 the epiphany phase hits, right? And where is my man? It's a bit too late for that. Now, I'm not saying this woman followed that path. She has here on videos that you may like, has done a video 2025 fitness goals. So she hits the gym. Congratulations. She has a lesson for myself or something like that. Here she has learning to be kind to myself and a picture of her as a kid. I know, genuinely seems like a good person, right? Well, here she has one, cut moms are real moms. Okay, that's a massive red flag, but outside of that, seems like a nice person, right? But there's just no excuse for the majority of them, guys. If they are over 30 and single, they've probably been wasting their time.
And that makes me really sad. And there is a reality in which I don't ever find somebody, and that makes me really sad. And so the tension this year for me is allowing myself to have those wants, but then also allowing myself to embrace that maybe I am enough for myself. So I guess I'm just sharing this for other people out there who may be single.
Yeah, I was just wondering if that was a tear, and that was a tear. She just started crying, which, by the way, this is real crying, all right? Not the women that start recording and they're already in tears. Get out of here. She's crying. This video is really sad, honestly, guys. Like, this. She's broken, guys. This video is very sad, he said, laughing. But this video is just, she's broken, guys.
And having the same thoughts and feelings this holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. You're not alone.
My hell. That was bad, guys. That was bad. Sorry for laughing. Not meaning to break this woman's heart or anything. Look, I don't know her story, guys. She could genuinely be a good woman, you know, but it's what are the odds, you know? And even if she is a good woman, you know, we could all sympathize with her, but I'm just making a general observation. You take 100 women age 38 who are single, probably like 95 of them are single due to their own actions. Yeah, and their current situation is only a reflection of their past choices. But gentlemen, what do you think about that? And what do you think about if we move on to some other women that it's more obvious as to why they are single? Let's check this one out.
Moment of silence because I got ghosted by a 5'8" man. So this guy was super adamant on taking me out on a date, which I was like, all right, let's go, I guess. I'm not really in the mindset of dating anybody, but I was like, let's just see how it goes. I went on the date and I could tell that he was super nervous, which was kind of cute. I was also really nervous because this was my first date after a long-term relationship, and
So I don't know if she said my first date or my first day, but the captions read my first day. So she gets out of a long relationship, and the first day after that, she's already meeting up with some other dude, right? And even if it's not a day and she said date, it's probably been like at most a week. You know, guys, if you ever dated a woman and she moves on that fast, she never loved you. Never, ever loved you. It's truly disgusting how these women monkey branch.
And I was like, I don't even know why I'm here, really. After the
To get a free meal, let me reveal that to you.
date, he walked me back to where my friends were. He was like, I would love to do this again. I would love to take you to Carbone. I was like, all right, let's go to Carbone. Like, I'm down. And I got home and I was thinking, I'm like, I don't really like this guy. Like, we're not on the same vibe. He's really nice, but like, I wasn't like in love with him, which I did not want to be. So
What do you bet? I haven't watched this, but what do you bet that she went on another date with him?
So honestly, at the end of the day, it worked out for me. After, he was like, I had a really great time, and he just never answered my text. Kind of wanted some feedback. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, did I say something wrong? Like, I don't know. I was just kind of like bugging a little bit, even though I was gonna ghost him. Literally did not care at all because, like I said, I was gonna ghost him anyways. I just didn't really feel like we were vibing. A month goes by, and I'm at a bar in Hoboken. The bar was super packed because there was a football game playing, and I accidentally bumped into this person. And I turn around and it was him. You will literally not believe what he said to me.
Oh, so there's a part 2. Well, anyway, guys, we're not gonna watch it now, alright? Stay tuned for the video tomorrow. But we're gonna watch it. She probably tried to milk him for a bit more resources. This is a massive red flag of a woman dating one day after her quote-unquote serious relationship broke apart. And the audacity to say that, oh, I got ghosted by a 5'8" man. You probably have no boobs, so who are you to speak, right? You can also take a glimpse at how the female mind works. When she wanted to ghost him, she didn't give a crap about him. But the moment that he ghosted and he became unavailable and cold, she lost her crap, right? Now she's making a TikTok about him. Otherwise, this guy will not be featured on this channel. But now he's playing games, living in her mind, rent-free. They are stupid. They are just stupid. But gentlemen, let's move on to this woman and let's see what she has to say.
It's 2025. I don't know when as a society we're going to collectively agree that the dating apps are a problem. Like a genuine fucking problem that have infiltrated society and disrupted human behavior and preying on human psychology. Because a lot of problems that we're facing in society today, the declining birth rate, dating apps, the high divorce rate, dating apps, the high cheating rate, dating apps, the chronic isolation that's occurring, dating apps, even male loneliness, fucking dating apps. Because I'm sorry, you can't learn how to swim by watching videos on how to swim. You have to get out there and fucking swim. Okay, and these dating apps are preying on this function of like, are you sure you want what's behind this door when you can have what's behind this door?
Okay, we're gonna do something very legendary, guys, which is Ampu. I want you to hit the gong because we have a woman, guys, who has a brain under her skull. Incredible, incredible. We don't get this often, guys. This is like this is like, I don't know, a diamond, okay, in among coal. This is amazing, and we have to show the legendary Ampu, the gong Ampu. Very rare appearances that he makes. But gentlemen, I have to agree so much with this woman. I'm actually very surprised and happy that she said those things, because this mentality of the two doors that are closed, and hey, do you want to have this thing that's behind this door? When what about the next door? It could be better, right? I mean, this is on a psychological level, something that works both on men and women. But since women have all the options, they are the ones that truly get messed up in the head with this, you know? Yes, I have this guy that is good and genuinely attractive, and he's tall and he treats his mother right. But what if I can find something better? What if I can upgrade him, you know, get the version 2.0? And it never ends. It really never ends. Just like female options that never end, and there are limitless guys out there interested in them. In the same way, this desire to always have more never ends. But let's continue with this woman.
I'm pretty sure that was like a human that was psychology 101. Like, I'm gonna be so honest with you. And they're just like preying on that as an app, and they're gamifying a very natural human function of how men and women and humans and literally everyone relate to each other and get their needs met with one another. It is the basic foundation of all of society being operated and running off of. And it's a core intimacy. It's core understanding how I work with somebody else. And it's completely just being wiped out of society. And we still are just going along with it, still swiping, still giving them our attention, still giving them our money, when it's like they're causing the problems.
Well, then just stop, right? Is what you will expect that these women will do. Gentlemen, I mentioned this on the channel. I spent 1 week on Tinder because I wanted to do a social experiment for my Patreon. I spent 1 week there. It was like the second or third date. I was as tired of being there. I couldn't wait for the week to finish and delete that app, and I did, and I'll never go back to it. Any woman, guys, this is my personal opinion. You let me know yours. But for me, guys, any woman that has been on dating apps for, let's say, more than 3 days is a massive red flag, to the point where I'm not dating that woman at all, and I'm not seeing her as anything, never. It's a massive red flag. You don't have to be intelligent, you don't have to be wise to learn that dating apps are not it. People go there because they either want attention or free hookups. It's all it is. And eventually that 1 out of a million couple that manages to have a relationship, right? But for the rest of them, it's just hookups and women thirsty for attention. No good woman will find her way there. But gentlemen, great video. Honestly, surprised by this woman's takes. Making too much sense for you? Well, let's move on to something a bit more, well, I'll let you describe it.
I'm single because let me just tell you about what happened. I go to the beach, right? I'm at the beach all day long. Well, immediately my phone dies, obviously, and I toss it in the sand, no big deal. I go hunt for seashells. There's sea turtles everywhere with the girls. It's a dream. Well, at some point, a wave came and totally destroyed my phone. Filled with salt water. It was already cracked in every way. It was cracked, but whatever. So the phone, that baby broke. She was done for. She was not going to turn on. That was 5 hours before we left. We left at dark, and then the girls want to go out dancing. So what am I going to do? Worry about my phone or go out dancing with the girls? I'm going to go out dancing with the girls. Duh. You don't need a phone for that. And honestly, I don't know how I would explain this to someone.
How did this video make you feel, German? Let's, analyze yourself on a psychological and emotional way. How did this video make you feel? We have discount Temu Britney Spears here. She's just missing the knives being tossed around, just like she's tossing around that coffee. How did this video make you feel? What's the point of it? It's all about balance, guys. We had a bit of common sense with the last woman. It's all about balance. But now, after this life-changing TikTok, gentlemen, let's move on to our article. That, again, we are raw dogging this video, right? I have two very short articles that we're gonna just go through them like a chat through a middle-aged, post-divorce 40-year-old woman. Okay, let's go with the first one, titled Completely Given Up on Dating. I just gave up on dating. It didn't work for me. I'm so frustrated and disappointed. Every time I try to love, they betray. I'm not into casual dating or hookups things. Why is it so hard to find genuine people nowadays? Well, you let me know your takes, guys. This is probably a man because he talks about betrayal. And as we all know, women are mostly the ones who will stick a knife in your back, all right? You will be in a 4 years loving relationship where you have given everything and you have bended over backwards for that woman. And one day she'll just wake up and tell you that she's not happy. And 2 days later, she'll be kissing someone else. Hey, that's just how life is. But now let's move on to this other one. How does S3X start in a friends with benefits situation? I've never been in a friends with benefits relationship. It's not for me, but it fascinates me. I think I'm too romantic and emotional for something like that. Yes, you are just too intelligent for that, you know. You are just a human being and not a robot, a psychotic robot that wants to use other people like objects. My question is, how does S3X on any particular evening start? In a typical relationship, it is a natural progression of things. In a friends with benefits, it seems to me like it will be more transactional. Oh my. Well, talk about transactional. It's all it is. You know, friends with benefits, hookups, one-night stands, situationships, all of that is just transactional. Nothing more. It's just two people using each other like psychopaths, you know, just like a psychopath would. Very big red flag, gentlemen. But now, let's move on to the promised story. Corn versus Celibacy. Written by Psychological Hat. Long story short, I've watched Corn most of my life. I currently have a girlfriend, first girlfriend, as of 7 months ago. Now, here's the thing. She was my first, but I'm not hers. She had S3X before me, and she had S3X with me. Then around month 5, she said she wants to be celibate so she can reconnect with God. Personally, I'm not a fan of not having S3X. Yeah, personally, I'm not a fan of a dead bedroom, you know? Maybe it's just me, but that's my personal take. Not a fan of not having S3X with the person I'm in a relationship with, but I love her, so honestly, I just deal with it. Just like a simple, right? Honestly, alright, whatever you throw my way, I'm just gonna take it. Also, around month 5, we found out I watch Corn. I wasn't hiding it, I just didn't think it was important. So he wasn't hiding it at all, just wanking it, you know, wanking it in the living room while she was folding her clothes next to him, not hiding it at all, just dude doesn't care. And she does not like it and wants me to stop. Now, I am confused on what to do, because I've always had a high S3X drive, but now I can't watch Corn and we can't have S3X. I just want some other people's thoughts on this. What's very confusing to me is that every time we had S3X, she initiated it. Then in month 2, she told me she only wants to have S3X when we are both in love. What? A month and a half later, we are both genuinely in love, having S3X again, and then she wants to stop to reconnect with God. Now, my thoughts are, what if this does lead to marriage down the road and she still doesn't want to do it? Yes, I've never been a fan of hookups, so I never participated growing up. For me, It's if I'm going to have S3X, I want to be in a relationship with someone I can trust in all aspects, not just S3X. We also knew each other 2 months before dating. Alright, gentlemen, what do you think? I'm barely holding my laughter at the whole reconnecting with God thing. And don't get me wrong, if it's the first time you're watching this channel, which probably you aren't because the views are down, but anyway, I'm a religious person, alright, so there's no shame in always trying to better yourself. There's no shame in, you know, doing a 180 with your life and trying to reconnect with whatever it is that you find good. I'm not mocking that. It's rather, I doubt your honesty. You know what I mean, guys? Like, especially when you're in a relationship with another person, you can't simply make that decision on your own when you don't have the past to back it up, you know? If you are a virgin, you can hold off S3X and say, look, I've lived by these principles all these years, and you're not going to change them. I'm still going to be celibate up until we're married. You can do that, and you have the past to back you up. But wait a minute, you've been hooking up with other people in the past, you know, and you've been hooking up with this very same man, and now out of the blue, you want to change the whole game, and you want to make him play your game, you know? So I don't agree with that. I doubt that it's sincere. There's something fishy here, guys. But gentlemen, let me know what you think about this video. You can find more content on Patreon. If you want more desert guys, you can go on Patreon, and just for $5, which is like 1/16 of an overpriced Starbucks coffee, you can get more content. But again, if you enjoy what the mommy preaches, please like and subscribe so this video can reach more men, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Have a good one.